Meet a 13-year-old who hasn't slept in a bed in 3 weeks. No phone, no shoes, no bedroom. He wakes up when the sun comes up, walks until his feet bleed, and eats only what he can find, catch, or kill. We didn't make him do this for a punishment. We did it to answer one question. What actually happens to a modern human body and brain when you strip away every single modern comfort? What we found out wasn't just hard. It was something almost nobody talks about because most live like a caveman content gets the basics completely wrong. Stick around because point number 7 might change how you think about ancient people entirely. Most people picture cavemen living in one cave forever, one fire pit, one home. That's wrong. Anthropologists studying living hunter-gatherer bands today have found something surprising. These groups move camp 10 to 30 times a year. That's once every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes more. And it's not random. Every single time they move, they're solving 3 problems at once. They need to be near water, near firewood, and near a fresh source of food, all at the same time. So for this experiment, we didn't let him stay in one place. Every few days, we made him relocate, carry everything he owned, rebuild shelter, find new water. By day 12, he said something that stuck with us. I thought the hard part would be the hunting. It's not. It's just never being done moving. That's lesson 1. Ancient life wasn't static. It was constant, exhausting motion, something almost no documentary actually shows you. Here's something that sounds impossible. Early humans could outrun almost any large animal on Earth. Not in speed, but in distance. It's called persistence hunting. Before bows, before spears, before any weapon at all. Humans hunted by simply chasing an animal until it physically collapsed. Groups like the Kalahari Sands still do this today. They'll chase an antelope for 2 to 5 hours across 25 to 35 kilometers in temperatures over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's why it works. Animals like antelope cool down by panting, which only works when they stop running. Humans cool down by sweating while still moving. So eventually, the animal overheats and collapses, and the human is still standing. We had our 13-year-old try a scaled-down version, not hunting, but a sustained multi-hour jog in heat, tracking his body's actual physiological response. His heart rate barely spiked compared to what we expected. Turns out the human body isn't just capable of endurance, it's built for it. We are biologically some of the best long-distance machines on the planet. We just never use that capability anymore. Night 1, no mattress. Just dirt, leaves, and a thin covering. Everyone assumes this is just roughing it. But something else happens that almost nobody mentions. We tracked his sleep with a wearable before the experiment and during it. In a bed, his sleep was fragmented, waking up, scrolling, falling back asleep. On the ground, something shifted. He started waking up almost exactly at sunrise without an alarm every single day. I didn't even try to wake up early. My body just did it. This isn't magic. It's circadian rhythm syncing with actual light exposure instead of artificial light and screens. Sleeping rough didn't just feel different. It measurably changed when and how his body woke itself up. Every ancient human video assumes there's one diet. Heavy meat, lots of protein, very paleo. That's a myth. Hunter-gatherer diets varied wildly depending on region and season. Some groups went months eating almost no meat at all. Others ate almost nothing but animal protein for long stretches. The one thing that was actually universal, fat, not protein, was the prize. Meat was valuable, sure. But lean meat alone can't sustain a human body for long. Fat was the rare, calorie-dense resource everyone was actually chasing. That's the part modern paleo content almost never explains. We had him forage for 3 days, eating only what was naturally available nearby, and what he found wasn't lots of meat. It was mostly plants, with the occasional protein source treated like treasure. Men hunt, women gather. You've heard this 1,000 times. New anthropological research says it's incomplete and, in some cases, flat out wrong. Studies on multiple modern foraging societies show women hunting small game regularly and, in some documented cases, even participating in big game hunts. This single division of labor, the one almost every depiction of ancient humans is built around, turns out to be way more flexible than people assume. We're not staging anything around this point. We're just telling you, because almost no content built around caveman life ever mentions it. Here's a number that should bother you. Modern humans spend over 90% of their time indoors. Ancient humans didn't have that option. Sunlight wasn't a wellness trend. It was just life. We had our 13-year-old get a minimum of 2 hours of direct daylight every day of the experiment, no exceptions, even on cloudy days. By like day 4, I just felt awake. Like actually awake, not coffee awake. This isn't a go outside cliche. It's a literal light deficiency most people are walking around with right now without realizing it's affecting their mood and energy. Here's the detail almost no caveman video ever brings up. This lifestyle isn't extinct. Right now, in 2026, there are still fully uncontacted Stone Age-level human societies living on Earth. Groups who have never used a manufactured metal tool unless it came from scavenged shipwreck debris. We're not pretending our experiment is the same as their actual reality. It's not. But it's worth remembering, what we're recreating here isn't some extinct fantasy. For some humans alive today, this is simply daily life. Here's the twist nobody expects. Agriculture isn't always an upgrade. There are documented cases of farming communities voluntarily walking away from agriculture and returning to a hunting and gathering lifestyle. Not because they had to, but because it was actually less stressful and required less labor. That flips a core assumption most people carry. That history is a straight line of harder, more primitive life, evolving into easier, more modern life. Sometimes, it wasn't a straight line at all. You'll often hear that hunter-gatherers walked a lot. Rarely do you hear the actual number, 5 to 9 miles every single day. We had him wear a pedometer and hit that target daily. No shortcuts. It's not the walking. It's that there's no day off. That's the part romanticized caveman content skips. It's not impressive in a highlight reel way, and it's just relentless, day after day. After 3 weeks, here's the most surprising finding of the entire experiment. Research on groups like the Hadza and the Kung San shows something counterintuitive. Foragers often spend fewer hours per week securing food than people in agricultural societies do. The image of constant, desperate survival struggle, largely a modern myth. Some days I had nothing to do by like 2 in the afternoon. Back home, my day doesn't end till like 9. So maybe the real question isn't, how did ancient humans survive such a hard life? Maybe it's, was modern life actually the harder one? If this made you rethink something you thought you already knew about ancient humans, that's exactly what this channel is built for. Subscribe if you want more of this. Because next week we're going deeper into the psychology side of this question. Why your brain still reacts like it's living back then.